Welcome to Friday Night Lights on Fox 12 Oregon, presented by Pacific Office Automation.
Well, boy, way to be and make it to week 3 here. The light jackets were back on tonight. You've had a little mist out there as the equinox looms in 6 short days. Get crispy, get cozy for Fox 12's Friday Night Lights. Rivalry night in East County. The Gresham Gophers, Sam Barlow Bruins, two of the longest-running Mount Hood Conference competitors, of course, looking sharp. You know what's even sharper? Opening kickoff, the only way to go, man. Centauri Martino, just like he dreamed of, doing it big in the big game against their main rivals, the Lemonheads. The path to success, touchdown, start the night right for Sam Barlow High. The Bruins then back on offense here. We got a Harley Dodge sighting. Ram tough. Go for the ride, Harley. Race. Kingham, 43-yard rush for 6 more, 14-0 in that first quarter. The Gophers would pop up and bite back. Jaden Mitchell, Big G with a 9-yard TD. It's 14-7, 40-14 in the end. Barlow now loads the bus next week to Clackamas. The Gophers dig over to Reynolds. And come on, get happy. In Happy Valley, it's Friday. Adrian C. Nelson High, home to Mount Hood Conference rivals against Reynolds. The Hawks had their roadie in Roseburg canceled due to air quality last week in Douglas County. Third quarter, Nelson's up 34-0. They were flying high. In the fourth quarter here, Reynolds knocking on the door. Alex Treat to David Moore looked like a touchdown catch, and we ruled incomplete. We liked it on the show. We showed it anyway. Great job, great effort. Later fourth, Nelson swooping into the back of the zone. Jack Dandert, a dart. 6, 34-0 for the black and gray. The Raiders determined, though, to get points on the board, and they finally do. Treat can't take this one back. Real sweet, stretch it out as the clock expires. Nelson next draws the Rams at Hillsboro. The Raiders get back to Mount Hood Community College play for back-to-back home games, beginning with Barlow. And how about we go to St. John's, huh? No Poe bragging rights in the PIL opener. Jefferson, Roosevelt, both were 0-2, but nearly 1-1. A night filled with yellow flags. The third quarter saw the score as 7-0 Demos, but Robert Anthony III makes the highlight reel here for Roosevelt. INT at midfield for Roosevelt to start that second half. Got to tack on 2 more points, though, for Jeff here. Little safety dance, a high snap. Can't do that. 9-0 Democrats third quarter. Highly contested game. Tempers flaring throughout for both sides, of course. Rivalries do that. Roosevelt then got the same situation. Punting can be challenging. Harder when you can't hike the ball properly. That's safety for the other way. It's 9-2 after 3 quarters. And believe it to be, that's a baseball score. 9-2 Demos, the final. Next week, we'll be treated to Grant and Jefferson. We will be there. The Velt will ride to Cleveland. Yeah, we heard the calls. When are you going live? Somewhere in Washington. All good. Fox 12's Craig Burnback and the big game crew took in the scene from District Stadium in Battleground, a place both Tigers and Prairie Falcons call home. Craig, how's life in week 3?
Well, Nick, we're living large out here in Clark County tonight, taking in this rivalry game. And Battleground came in feeling pretty good, as last week they snapped a long losing streak. But Prairie wasn't about to lose out on bragging rights, and they weren't about to lose a football game on homecoming night. Prairie looking to start the year 3-0 for only the second time since 1985. And they start out by grinding it out on the ground as Alex Ford is galloping to glory to make it 7-0 Falcons. The Tigers come roaring back on this picture-perfect pass from Cameron Spencer to Noah Curry to tie the ball game up. But Prairie strikes back in a flash as Ethan Cabral grabs this short Braden slant pass, and he's gonna get gone 90 yards to the house, and it's a 14-7 ball game. Make that 21-7 at the half as it's Ford two-wheeling it in from the 4 to make it a 2-touchdown lead. Third quarter slammed to the air again as he's going deep to Aiden Miller. What a great catch, and the lead grows. Prairie's going to slam the door late in the 4th as Slamp throws a laser to Colby Majeski, who flashes it in for 6, and Prairie explodes to the 42-14 victory. Rivalry victories always feel a little bit better, don't they?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is a big one, and our coaches have always said a team like this, their season could go however they want, But if they beat us, this rivalry game, then they win their season. And for us to make this win, this is huge for Prairie.
Next up for Prairie, they'll look to go 4-0. But to do that, they're going to have to take down the Titans of Union, who are going to be hungry, looking for their first victory of the season. Live from District Stadium in Battleground, Washington, Craig Burnback, Friday Night Lights.
Thank you, Craig. Back to Vancouver, a double dick from the Big Back in Greater St. Helens League. 4A Union, 3A Mountain View from Mackenzie Stadium. Team 42 drew first. A tip drill from Mac here. Fingers, hands. Aiden Denbo collects it, carries it back from midfield down to the inside the 25-yard line for those blue shirts. Boy, that's a great uniform matchup tonight. After the takeaway, the Thunder put it away. Mitch Johnson, Aiden Nicholson on the hash. That's what those two guys do. They were up 7-0. After a 3-and-out by the Titans, hits the Drake here. Porter Drake to the right. Reverse field to the far side. Down to the 19. Then look who done it again. MJ to Nicholson again. Marked out down here, scorebooks a 16-yard touchdown. They connected for a trio of tugs in the first half, and it got wild late with that start in McKenzie. Last check, 62-35 for MBHS late in that fourth. The third, Hunter and Thunder and Herd now head over to Hanford. Union remains home with Prairie. The daylights from the Couve. Kent Lake down to challenge unbeaten Evergreen. Late second quarter we go. 7-0 Plainsman, when their main man, Jonathan Landry, airs his dirty laundry in the punt game. Filthy stuff. Little bleach on the block. Landry cuts it all the way in for a 50-yard payday. 14-0 Evergreen at halftime. Third quarter, back to field another punt. It is their star of the show, Landry. All that bouncing ball, nearly another house call. Will be dropped at the 7 for a 43-yard return. 2 plays later, Jaden Crace fakes the feed and slings it over the middle to Arthur Ban, all alone. 21-3. Later third, Crace again. This time, go chase it, go deep. Anthony Lamberth II. He would put it in first gear, and a 35-yard touchdown. Didn't see it. I know he had it. 42-9 final. Plainsman 3-0, first time since 2004. Fox 12 Chandler Watkins joins us live on the home of the Beavers now, where it was the start of 2A Greater St. Helens League competition. Chandler, who got the dub between Washougal and Woodland?
Well, both teams were coming off of losses last week, but the Beavers came in hype. But sadly, the dam just couldn't hold. The Panthers had something to prove, and the Claws were out tonight. In score, 41-9 Panthers. Woodland Beavers versus the Washougal Panthers for their league opener. Panthers received the opening kick and make quick work, putting 7 on the board, a 2-yard run by Holden B. Beavers start the second quarter with a sack by Dayton Lofgren. Panthers make another play down the field and intercepted by number 22, Landon Utter. Ball is back with the Beavers, and check out that pass to Keaton Northcutt. Another interception, this time for the Panthers. Number 11, Sam Evers with a catch and a run for a 45-yard touchdown. Washougal's Liam Atkin had a great second quarter, getting 2 more touchdowns for the Panthers into first half, 27-0. Panthers start the third quarter with a touchdown. Beavers respond with a safety, putting 2 on the board. And the Beavers aren't done yet. 22 Landon Utter for the touchdown. But the Beavers just couldn't catch up. In score, 41-9. Panthers win.
It's our first league game. We knew we needed to make a statement, so we came out, leaving nothing in reserves. Just really wanted to fight tonight. Shout out my team, shout out my line. Thankful for all of them.
Speaking with Adkin after the game, he had nothing but compliments for his team and the fans. And we actually want to shout out both sets of fans in the stands. They both came out tonight and were super loud for their teams. Up next, Washougal goes against Mark Morris and Woodland takes on Columbia River. For Friday Night Lights in Woodland, Chandler Watkins, Fox 12 Oregon.
Always good to have Chandler on the show. And 1 week after toppling 6A Westview, the second-ranked team at 5A, the Wilsonville Wildcats try to tame 6A Tualatin from Randall Stadium. That Ricky Bobby offense in the fast lane, life is good. How about Jack Wagner, the starting quarterback this year? Boy, he's bombing down the town there. A.J. Nolan, 7-0. This is fun. We're going to watch these highlights together and find out who it is. On my sheet here, it has guys' names from last year. I know they graduated. In fact, one guy plays for the Ducks right now. That's a nice run down inside the 10. And then Wagner again, once more. Out of the way, behind that hash large marks. Nice touchdown. 12's up 14-0. This one would be a safety, ball loose, something's going crazy down there. A fumble recovered by Wilsonville. There's no 20 on the roster, I'm told. But there was a touchdown, though, for the Wildcats. 20-7 at that point in time for Tualatin. And then we got Michael Harris getting on in. T-Wolves, 44-7. They'll next welcome in Westview. The Wildcats scratch over to Bend with #1 Summit. We made it! Non-league from LO. Sherwood, Lakeridge, both coming off big bummers against Clack and Jesuit, but things are better for both sides here. Sherwood, the tying touchdown. Their acting quarterback, Johnny Gray, runs in from the 12, 21 all in the third. Then Sherwood's Nick Gribble breaks the tie. Long TD run, but missed point after. Sherwood, though, in front, 27-21. And we got a Lakeridge touchdown pass. Ryan Oliver, Joey Olson just committed to USC. We'll see him maybe for next year in the Pac-12, 10, and then Big 10, I think. I'll try to find this new world, right? And then we got Ryan and Joey again, almost closing the gap, made it 40-35. Onside kick, though, Sherwood would recover. And one more time, recover it up. Nick Gribble. Nice win, 47-35 for Sherwood. Party on. Back to Shoals Ferry. Let's seek independence. They don't get much larger in the 5A Mid-Willamette Conference than Silverton and Central. Defending state champion Foxes and the Panthers both were 1-1. Foxes fleet of foot, none more so than Jackson Pfeiffer, an 8-yard opening score. That would be just the first of Jackson's big old night to the end zone. Soon, though, Central got it back. Chase Nelson, let it rip. Kohler Hernandez, let it go. No shoestring tackles there. Slide in for the right side. 72 yards were locked at 7. The Panthers then stomped again. Andrew Tafasu. This time, Dominic Castanon on the other end of it. Another explosion play, 57 yards, 14-7 for those kids from Mid-Valley. Silverton, rare to make a mistake, but they do happen in this game of football. Recovering the fumble here for a touchdown would be Central, and a 21-7 lead for the Red Helmets. The Foxes, though, had that Pfeiffer cat. He scored not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Silverton still has not lost a league game since 2019, 40-35. This is the first of 3 straight at home for Central. Meantime, Silverton will now be home for the next 3 weeks. After opening up with 2 wins on the road by a combined score of 81-3, the North Salem Vikings finally had a home opener with Roseburg in the Cherry City. Second half, all North. We got Damari Thompson, all good to go, man. The 12th man. Out the stack and show out. 87 yards for the Vikings, 26-0. And not only can NSHS score, the Vikings can play some defense too under Jeff Flood. Snap a pick. Remember the good old days. Vikes pillage, 26-0. They now head back on the road to North Medford. Friday Night Lights in Hillsboro. Get juiced. Harefield, home to the 1-1 Glencoe Crimson Tide, hosting a non-league affair. 2-0 Tiger up in your grill. Thank you, sir. The Tigers have been chasing the tail of everybody this year because they got talented kids like this. Brady Jordan, the Henry Masters. Gloves are good. They're in. Now, John Kemper's kids dominant on both sides of the ball. Nico Simonetti saw this one the whole way. And Nico takes over on the pick. This one, though, quick to see what just may be the #1 in the 6 picks of the week. Connor Grant, you can't tackle him. Easier said than done. Grant doesn't go down, gets into the end zone. Deuces. What a move for the E-Force kid, 14-0. Then Tigers into the air, senior to senior. Jordan had just one arm to throw this one. All he needed, unfurling to a waiting Nate Duenas, all the way down into Glencoe territory. How about that? Next play, next score. Luke Davis. He'll stay on his feet. Little meet and greet. 48-20. The Tigers now host Liberty, while the Tide cast away in Redmond. And if teams haven't yet, they soon will in short order. Thursday night lights are calling for everyone this season due to the lack of officials in the area. West Linn has now done it in back-to-back weeks. The third-rated Lions, #4 Crusaders from Jesuit last night. That green machine from Clackamas County, hard to cage. Sam Levitt headed to Wazoo, lowering the shoulder for the boom on the TD run. Later threw for another one to Mark Hamper. Kofi Kwame having too much fun as senior year 2. Flex on him. 24-0 West at half. 31-20 in the end. West Linn now welcomes in Lake Washington, the Evergreen State 4A runners-up a year ago on Friday. Jesuit back at it Thursday at Sherwood. 5A Canby hunted hard last night in the 6A Beaver Dam. The Cougs, a 30-point win in Beaverton with a backup quarterback, Parker Ackerman has the legs for sure, and he's happy to still be on his feet. Last October, Parker took a helmet to the thigh, a benign bone tumor was found, 3 surgeries, a PICC line for a bone infection, and a wound vac. And look at Park now, 37-7. How about that story? More on that one next week. Next Friday, Canby returns home to Cougar Country against Bend. We'll be there for our big game. Beavs go down to Oregon City. And we had a top 10 3A matchup along Highway 6 in Banks. Top-ranked Braves, number 9 Warrenton Warriors. Cole Linehan's kids play some monster defense, that pocket collapsing meat in the middle of the bread of the sandwich for a sack sandwich. The floater yanked out of the sky by this one. Logan Kine, a 3-of-a-kind night, 3-score evening for Kine. 24-9, Banks now heads to Pleasant Hill. Warriors will host Valley Catholic and another Coastal Range League clash. So not only are we here 10:30 on Fridays, also 10:30 every single Thursday this fall on Fox 12. Still summer, really. And if you ever missed this show or that show, you got no fear here. The Fox 12 YouTube channel is for you. Like, subscribe, and live a better life. We'll count down the best of the best from what we just saw tonight and last night, captured by our own cameras here during Sunday's 10 o'clock news with the 6 picks plays of the week. Still to come, how about a little footy? She's a senior leader on and off the court and the pitch at Barlow High. Our spotlight shines on the soccer return for Oregon State Beaver commit Kennedy Schuler. Plus more from our 2 live crews, Craig and Battleground, Chandler and Woodland. Also, we can't be everywhere. We'd love to see where you are. Capture any highlights from your game. We'd love to see them. Get them on the show. Take a screenshot of that QR code for an easy upload to the Friday Night Lights Burst page. We're back for week 3 after this.
You're watching Friday Night Lights on Fox 12 Oregon, presented by Pacific Office Automation.